I'm John Vittas, joined today with FGCU men's golf coach Andrew Danna. Andrew, it looks like you're ready to play.
Yeah, no, I mean, not so much. In the house, working remotely. I wish I was on the golf course right now, as do a lot of people.
So you've got less than a year under your belt here in Fort Myers. This quarantine's probably given you some opportunities to explore a little bit here in Southwest Florida.
Yeah, well, like I said again, I wish in our family, we're doing our part. We're staying home, and we want to slow the spread, and we're absolutely not taking any risk right now as far as going out and about. So we've got a pretty good routine at our house, and we're trying to do the best that we can, like a lot of families out there.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, state by state, county by county, whether golf courses are open, it's a different ball game no matter where you are.
Yeah.
So I assume most of your golfers are back home now for the summer. What are the challenges like of making sure they're in playing shape and keeping their skill level high? I would assume it's up to them to try and get some work in when they can, but it's obviously a challenging situation right now.
Yeah, yes, of course. Very challenging situation. Our guys are going to be back home for the summer now, and it's up to them. We're in our off season. I will say that a lot of our players have an incredible work ethic, and they've got great practice routines. And there's a lot of things that they inherently do on their own, as far as keeping their games in shape and those things, and they'll continue to do those things on their own, I would imagine. And we'll be ready to go come fall if we get that opportunity. And I think that in our sport, from a self-motivational standpoint, it's very important. Like, you have to have student athletes that have that self-motivation and drive to get better every day.
No doubt. Now, you just finished your first season, so you're heading into year two. I would imagine there's an evolution of the roster right now. You had a couple seniors who might get the opportunity to come back depending on the NCAA eligibility rules on the COVID-19 crisis. And also, obviously, I would imagine you've got some freshmen or transfers coming in as well. So as you look ahead to next season and kind of assess the landscape of where your program is at, who are some of the top golfers you might have next year, and give people some names they should know?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them. And one of the main focuses that I try to focus on when we're building our roster is to create competition. And I think that if the competition at home is as difficult or more difficult than when you go on the road, well, then your team is very well prepared to go play tournaments. And we have a few returners coming back from this past season, and we had one transfer that was with us this spring in Van Holmgren from North Dakota State. He's a very talented young man and great golfer, and has incredible work ethic. And he'll be joined by two freshmen from the state of Florida, in Austin Chiricella and Thomas Salanito, who come from a great pedigree of junior golf in this state. And we have two junior college transfers in John Hopkins from England and Henry Chop. They're both top 5 in the country in their respective rankings. And then we have a transfer, a Division II transfer, who is the current Minnesota State Open champion from Winona State up in Minnesota, Brady Matson, who is he's an extremely talented ball striker, and just, I can't say enough about him as a young man as well. Just a great young man. And then we also have a grad transfer in Michael O'Brien from St. Joe's in Pennsylvania. So with that being said, there's going to be a lot of depth on our team. And I think that when we play qualifying, that you're going to have to play pretty well in order to get in our lineup. So the golf course is will be the equalizer in terms of how we're going to determine our lineup, and then that work ethic. And there's a lot of things that go into it, but something that I think we haven't had in the past is depth. And so I'm looking forward to see what that depth will do for our results and do for our work ethic, and see how it pushes everybody on our team, our returners and our newcomers.
Yeah, a lot of fresh faces, new talent in the area. So that's good to hear. Now for you, you just finished your first year. You were at LSU for a year, but won a national championship at the D2 level at Lynn University. So you've got some familiarity with Florida, coming over to
Yeah.
the West Coast now. So that might have helped the transition a little bit. But how did the first year as a D1 head coach compare to your expectations?
I mean, it met all my expectations. You know, for the better part of over a decade, I've been in coaching a decade now, and I think that, you know, across all lines of divisions or levels, there, you know, there's it, you know, how what the coach puts into it is what he's going to get out of it. So every position, every situation is unique, and I think no matter what, whatever you put into it, you're going to get out of it. And I look to this as an opportunity to be a part of such a special university. I mean, not much just golf program, but athletic department and university. We have such a great culture in our athletic department and on the university and the campus as a whole. It's amazing to me of the places that I've worked at in my career. FGCU is very unique, and you know, I absolutely love it here. It's a very special place.
Well, Andrew Danna, we're glad you're enjoying yourself. We're glad you're staying safe, and we can't wait to see your team out on the course sooner rather than later.
Thank you so much, and you know, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk today, and go Eagles.